Hey everybody, this is another game in May Madness tournament, and this is a first round game, finishing up the first round, got a few more games left. It's the number 1 overall seed, the 1961 New York Yankees, against the number 64 overall seed, 1973 New York Mets, and the pitching matchup is Whitey Ford against Tom Seaver. So we'll go ahead and start by doing the opening lineups. First for the Mets, leading off and playing second base will be Felix Millan. Batting second at shortstop is Bud Harrelson. Hitting third in right field is Rusty Staub. Batting cleanup in left field is Cleon Jones. Batting fifth at third base is Wayne Garrett. Batting sixth and catching is Jerry Grody. Batting seventh and playing at first base is John Milner. Batting eighth, DH, Old Man Willie Mays, his final season in baseball. And batting ninth is center fielder Don Hahn. For the Yankees, a familiar lineup from 1961. Bobby Richardson leads off at second base. Tony Kubek to follow at short, batting second. Roger Maris will bat third and play right field. Mickey Mantle's in cleanup position in center field. Yogi Berra's in left field hitting fifth. Bill Skowron, the first baseman, will hit sixth. Johnny Blanchard, the DH, will hit seventh. Elston Howard, the catcher, will hit eighth. And Cleet Boyer will bat ninth. So we are ready to go. Whitey Ford stepping on the mound, facing Felix Millan. And I'll leave Ford's card here so you can hopefully see it pretty well. We'll try to zoom in just a touch, see if we can't get that on there a little bit better so you can see it, and then I'll just put Millan's card as situation dictates. Here's the first pitch. It's a 1-4, so we are off Millan. And a 1-4 against a lefty. Look at that, right off the bat, a chance for a home run, 1-7. 1-7 is a home run, and 8-20 is a double. Millan, it's a 6. It was a 6. So Felix Millan leads off the ball game with a home run. Even though he has weak power against lefties, his card still indicates a 1-7 home run chance. It's the only home run chance on his card against lefties, and he found it. So it's 1-0. So just when you think the Yankees are going to blow this game out, the Mets may have other ideas and pull the biggest upset of them all. It's 1-6 for Bud Harrelson against the lefty Ford. And look at this, a 1-5 for a triple, 6-20 for a double. So Whitey having his issues here. That's a 15, so that's a double. So a home run and a double to start things off, and the so-called lowly Mets taking it to Whitey Ford. Here's Rusty Staub. Lefty on lefty matchup. It's a 1-8. So Staub, a 1-8 is going to walk. So Whitey has not found anything off his own card yet, and he's paying the price for it. Cleanup hitter Cleon Jones, the batter. It's a 3-5. We're still not on Ford's card. We're off the batter card. 3-5 is a ground ball second base C. So that's going to advance the runners. It's going to act just like a sacrifice bunt. Richardson makes the play, but runners advance to second and third. And with one out, they'll play the infield. They're going to play the infield in against Wayne Garrett. Finally, we're off a Whitey result, 4-8 against a lefty, Wayne Garrett, who is a lefty. 4-8 is a strikeout. So Whitey Ford trying to squelch this uprising by the Mets. Here's Jerry Grody. 2 outs and 2 on. And Grody at 2-11 against a lefty. 2-11 is a ground ball to first, and that's going to end the inning. And finally, Whitey Ford gets out of it, but the home run by Millan has given the Mets a 1-0 lead, and now Tom Seaver is in to try to keep things where they are. For the season 1973, Tom Seaver was 19-10, but had a 2.08 ERA. So thought about using a lefty against the Yankees because they had lefty hitters, but Kind of hard to not use Tom Seaver. So here's Bobby Richardson. It's a 4-3, and that's going to be a base hit, single. So it's a single for Bobby Richardson as he starts things off, as the Yankees look to get that run back. Here's Tony Kubek. He's an A bunter, but well, you know what? They are going to go ahead and bunt him. He becomes a B bunter, so we'll see what he does here. It's a 7 on a B bunter. And a 7 and a B bunter, I believe, will work just fine. B bunter, a number 7. Batter thrown out by first baseman. Runners advance. Sacrifice hit 3-4. And Richardson will take second base. Now the big boys come up. The M&M boys, Maris and Mantle. First it's Maris against Seaver. 4-9, 4-9. He's going to walk. So a walk will put runners at first and second for Mickey Mantle. Mickey, the Mick. It's a 4-5. 4-5. He's got a home run chance, 1-13. 14-20 will be a double. So 1-13, and we got a 3-run shot by the Mick. It's a 6. It's a 3-run home run by the Mick. And just when you thought the Mets might have upset on the brain, the Yankees come out showing their muscles with a 3-run shot by Mickey Mantle. And it's 3-1. Here's Yogi Berra, 5-9 against Seaver, and that's a strikeout. So Seaver does come back, strike out Yogi for out number 2. That'll bring up Bill Skowron. Skowron, a 6-4. 6-4 is a fly ball center field X. That's going to be Don Hahn. And Hahn is a 2-rated center fielder. And again, this is advanced rules only for the defense. So we're checking his range. It's a 2. And that's a 2. So let's see if he's able to get to that. Center fielder, a 2 and a 2. He does not get to it. A 2 and a 2 is a single star. So nobody's on base, but Skowron manages to plop one in front of Hahn for a base hit. That'll bring up Johnny Blanchard, the DH, backup catcher, premier pinch hitter for the Yankees that season. 1-7. 1-7 off of Blanchard against the right-hander is a ground ball to first. And that's going to end the inning. But the Yankees take a 3-1 lead after 1 inning. And now Whitey Ford goes back out on the bump, and he's feeling a little bit better about himself with that 3-run lead. And he'll be facing John Milner, first baseman, lefty-on-lefty matchup. It's a 4-8, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Whitey Ford definitely refreshed by that run support. Brings up Willie Mays. Say hey, Willie. Say hey, it's a 6-5. Which means he's going to ground to short. Kubek. It's a ground ball to shortstop X, and Kubek is a 2-rated shortstop. It's a 3, so the low numbers on these D20s might come back to get them. Shortstop, a number 2 and a 3. He just did make it ground ball C. So Kubek makes the play, 2 up, 2 down, as he gets Willie Mays, the slow-running Mays. Here's Hahn, 4-3 against Whitey. Hahn's a righty, so 4-3 is a ground ball third base X. And that's Clete Boyer. Clete Boyer is a 1-rated third baseman. That's a 19, so that's a good play. So Whitey Ford comes back to get the Mets 1-2-3 in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 3-1 Yankees. And catcher Elston Howard will lead things off. We get a 4-7 against Seaver. Howard, a right-hander. 1-6 is a double. 7-20 will be a fly ball to center fielder Hahn. So Howard gets into one. Can Hahn catch it? It's a 4. It's going to be a double. So can't quite get to it as it drops in. And Elston Howard, who does not run well, still was able to get a double, as that cavernous Yankee Stadium allowed lots of room. Here's Clete Boyer. It's a 3-10 for Boyer. 3-10 for Boyer is a fly ball right field B. Now, with the question mark there, I believe there's a chance that he might be able to go to third, but not going to do that with Elston Howard. He just doesn't run very well, and there's no sense taking any chances. All right, here's Richardson. Singled and scored his first time up. It's a 4-10. 4-10, he's going to fly to left, and that's 2 down. Again, we're not using the ballpark effects. It's simply advanced only in this tournament. Here's Tony Kubek. Kubek, a 4-8. So he's a lefty against Seaver. 4-8 is a strikeout. So Seaver bearing down in this second inning as well. Retires the Yankees. Gave up the leadoff double, but that was it. Now we go to the third. Whitey Ford back out. Against the top of the order, Felix Millan. It's a 1-7 for Millan against the lefty. He homered to open the game. This time he's going to single. So Felix Millan, 2 for 2. 2 for 2. And now here's Bud Harrelson. Harrelson doubled his first time up, but was stranded at third. All right, it's a 5-9, and Harrelson's a switch hitter batting right. 5-9. He's got a chance for a home run, although he does have weak power, so it would just be a single star. 1-7 would be a single star. And 8-20 would be a double. Oop, knocked him over. It's a 5, so it's a single with 2 stars for Bud Harrelson. And the Mets are in business. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Rusty Staub. So Rusty Staub. And we have a 5-6. Lefty on lefty matchup. 5-6 is a ground ball, second base A. That's going to be a double play as Staub grounds into the 4-6-3 Quinn killing. The run Millan will score. It's no RBI given, since it's a double play ground out. So Ford very happy to give up the run to get those 2 outs. And 2 out space is empty for Cleon Jones. It's a 6-4. Will be a ground ball to shortstop X. That's Tony Kubek. And Kubek is a 2. And that's an 18, so that's a good play. So Whitey Ford, little trouble there. Only gave up the 1 run, kept the damage down. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's a 3-2 Yankee lead over the Mets. And that'll bring up Tom Seaver. In fact, you know what I'm doing? I might just put them both here and just flip-flop them after that. Might be easier. We'll see. Here's Maris. He walked in front of that man on home run last time up to 110. 110, he's going to ground to first. So he grounds to Milner. And there's one away for the Mick, who had that big 3-run shot his first time up. It's a 111. And a 111 is a single 1-10. Anything else, he's going to ground to Milner. It is a 4, so the Mick, another base hit as he scoots it past Milner for a 1-out single, and that'll bring up Yogi. Yogi struck out his first time up. It's a 6-4 against the lefty. He's a catcher X. The catcher in this case is Jerry Grody, and he is a 1 rated catcher. It's an 11, probably an error check, and it is. So Grody is an E2. E2, and there's a 3. All right, E2 and a 3, it's a 1 base error. 1 base error, he found it. A 3 and 11 would give him an error, and that 3 did it. So Grody boots the little grounder by Berra in front of the plate. Manna will go to second, and we get our first error of the ball game as the usually reliable Grody commits it. Puts 2 on with 1 out for first baseman Bill Skowron. He singled his first time up. So 1-7 for Skowron, and that's a 1-4 double. 5-20 is a fly to center. It's a fly to center, as that was a 7. So Don Hahn makes the play, 2 down. And it's up to Johnny Blanchard, who's got a very strong card in column 3 against the righties. That's why we're such a good pinch hitter. But it's found in column 1, 110. 110's a foul out to Grody, and that's going to end the inning. So he fouls out to Grody, nothing doing for the Yankees. And after 3 complete, it's the Yankees 3 and the Mets 2. And Whitey Ford back out there. We're facing Wayne Garrett. Garrett, Grody, and Milner due up. It's a 3-11 for Garrett against a lefty. 3-11. Ground ball to first. And that's one away for Jerry Grody. Grody. Knocked his card over again. 2-10. 2-10 for Grody against the lefty as a ground ball to second. Richardson makes the play. So now Whitey Ford may be getting himself into a little bit of a groove here. John Milner. 3-8 against the lefty. 3-8 for Milner is a strikeout. And Whitey put him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the fourth. And Elston Howard will lead things off. Doubled and what was stranded at second his first time up. It is a 6-6. For Seaver, 6-6 is a strikeout. So Elston Howard down on strikes. And here's Clete Boyer. It's a 5-6. 5-6 is another strikeout for Tom Terrific. So he's trying to get into the groove. Actually, he's pitched well other than that 3-run homer to Mantle. Here's Richardson. It's a 6-9. 6-9 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Bud Harrelson. And Bud Harrelson is a shortstop rated 1. That's a 7, and I believe he'll make that play. A 1 and a 7 is a shortstop. A 1 and a 7, yep, he sure does. He barely makes it. 7 is a ground ball A, so Bud Harrelson makes the play, and the Yankees go down in order. We go to the fifth. It's still 3-2 Yankees in lead of the Mets. And that'll bring up Say Hey Willie. Willie Mays grounded to short his first time up. It's a 5-7. 5-7. He's going to strike out this time. Whitey got him. Say hey, he struck out. So there's one out for old man Willie. Here's Don Hahn. 1-8 against the lefty. 1-8 is a pop out to short. So Whitey is definitely in the groove. He is now retired 7 in a row. And we're back to the top of the order for Felix Millan, who is 2 for 2 with a homer. 2-5 for Millan. 2-5 is a ground ball to short. And that's going to do it, and that'll make it 8 in a row. So Whitey definitely on his game here in the middle innings. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's still 3-2 Yankees. And Bobby Richardson, top of the order. I'm sorry, he grounded out his last. Kubek is going to lead off. Kubek, Maris, and Mantle against Seaver. Kubek a 5-11. 5-11 is a fly ball to left. And that's one away. That'll bring up Roger Maris. And there's his infamous Roger Maris 61 home runs. So see if he can put one out here. Oh, he's off Seaver's card. 4-5. Well, he might do it. 1-13 is a homer. So he just might do it. A 1-13. And he will put one out. It's a 7, so Maris did it. Almost on cue. Roger Maris just cranked one. That makes it a 4-2 game. It's a solo shot. That brings up Mickey Mantle. 1-3 for Mantle. 1-3 is a strikeout. So Seaver a little upset about giving up that home run. Comes back to strikeout Mantle. And here's Yogi Berra. It's a 6-6 against a lefty, and he's going to strike out. So Seaver does rebound to strike 2 out in a row. But the Maris home run puts the Yankees in the lead 4-2 as we go to the sixth. And for the Mets, it'll be Harrelson, Staub, and Jones. So Bud Harrelson, 3-9 against the lefty. 3-9 is a fly to right. And Harrelson is out of there. Here's Rusty Staub. Right fielder, it's a 3-8 for Staub against a lefty. And that's a ground ball to second. So that makes it now 10 in a row retired by Whitey Ford. Here's Cleon Jones, left fielder, 1-7. 1-7 is a strikeout, making it 11 in a row as Whitey is on fire. So that's going to do it for the Mets in the sixth. Nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Still a 4-2 game. And Bill Skowron leads off for the Yankees. 5-9. 5-9 is a strikeout by Seaver. He struck out 3 in a row now. But it may be too little too late as they're already trailing 4-2. Here's Blanchard. That's a 4-9, and that's a walk. So he just missed another strikeout. Ends up being a walk. Blanchard had the good eye there, and here's Elston Howard. Howard is 1 for 2, a double and a strikeout. 1-5, 1-5 for Howard. He's got a chance for a home run. 1-7, 8-20 would still be a double. But it's a 14, so it's a double. And Blanchard does not run well, so he will stop at third. Blanchard only runs at a 9 rating, so not going to take the chance there, especially not since there's not 2 outs yet. So here is Boyer, the number 9 hitter, with runners at second and third and 1 out. Infield is in. 5-9 off a Seaver is a strikeout, so it didn't matter what the infield was that time. Strikeout took care of it. 2 outs for Bobby Richardson as the infield returns to normal depth. And that's a 3-7. 3-7 for Richardson. That's a single to right field. So that's going to score Blanchard. Question is, will it score Elston Howard? He was not being held because he's a trail runner. And he runs at a 10, but there's 2 outs, so you give him a 12. But the ball was hit to right field, and Staub is a -4 arm. So it'll be a 1-8. They're not going to risk that. It's less than 50-50. So with Kubek coming up, they're going to let him hold there at third. So runners at first and third, runners at the corners. 1 run is already in. It's 5-2. It's a 6-3. Kubek is the left-handed hitter. It's a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be Cleon Jones, who's a 2-rated left fielder. And that's an 18, so he'll make that play. Innings over, but the Yankees tack on another run thanks to the RBI single by Bobby Richardson. And after 6 complete, it's 5-2 Yankees. And Whitey Ford is actually going to be entering his point of weakness inning, number 7. So here is Wayne Garrett to lead things off. Lefty on lefty, 3-3. 3-3 is going to be a pop out to second. And Whitey is not showing any signs of weakness at all here in the last couple of innings. Here's Grody. Grody's a 1-5. 1-5 is a ground ball to short. 2 down, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in a row retired by Whitey Ford. So it doesn't exactly look like he's reaching his point of weakness now, does it? Here's Milner. It's a 3-5 for Milner. 3-5. Finally a base hit, a single. That breaks up to 13 in a row. Probably jinxed him by talking about it. But Milner singles. That brings up Say Hey Willie Mays. And that's a 4-9. So Willie Mays, 1-16. He'll get a single out of this. It's only 1 star. But it's a 19, so he won't even get that. He'll ground it to Boyer. So Boyer was able to reach that and throw him out. 7th inning stretch time here. And Seaver still in there. He's better than what they got in the bullpen for the most part. So, and his fatigue rating is a 9, so they're going to keep him in there. He'll be facing Maris. You know what? Actually, with all these lefties coming up, I think they are going to go to the bullpen here and get Tug McGraw because they need that lefty. You know what? I don't see a Tug McGraw card. I thought he was on the Mets in '73, wasn't he? Thought he was. I don't have his card in front of me, though, so that's kind of weird. So I'd have to go to another lefty if that was the case. Well, let's see here. No, I don't like that lefty. I don't know where my card is for him. We're going to go to George Stone. George Stone's a lefty. Starter and reliever. So George Stone is the new pitcher. Don't know what happened to the... maybe it didn't come with the 73 set. I'm not sure. I don't see Tug McGraw in there for some reason. But George Stone's going to come in. With all these lefties coming up for the Yankees, you got Maris, Mantle, and Berra. 2 out of 3 are lefties. The others are switch hitter, obviously. So we'll go to Roger Maris coming in facing a lefty. He did not do too well against lefties. See what he does against George Stone. It's a 2-4 for Maris against a lefty. He's going to pop it up to second, so Mian will handle that easily. One away for Mickey Mantle. Mantle, a 112 against the lefty. 112 for Mantle against the lefty is a fly ball to right. That's 2 away. And that'll bring up Yogi Berra, another lefty on lefty matchup. That's a 2-4 for Berra. Now that will be a single to center field. So Berra with a 2-out single to keep things going here. And Bill Skowron, the batter. It's a 2-7 for Skowron against the lefty. That's a single with 2 stars. If I was playing clutch, he'd be out, but we're not playing clutch because it's advanced rules only. So it's a single with 2 stars, and that moves Berra up to third base. And Blanchard's coming up the DH, but he did not do too well against lefty pitching. So they're going to go ahead and pinch hit in the DH slot for Blanchard. And they're going to go to to a right-hander, Bob Serve. So Bob, you got served, is going to be pinch hitting for Blanchard. And he'll just stay in the game and DH the rest of the way, if he even gets another at bat being this late in the game. But he's up there with a chance to pad the lead if he can get a base hit. Here's Serve against Stone. It's a 2-5 for Serve. And he's going to strike out. So Serve struck out. And just for kicks and giggles, if had Blanchard been left in the game, he would have struck out also. So it really didn't matter which way you went there. It was going to happen either way. So the inning is over. Stone gets out of a little bit of a jam. We go to the 8th. It is a 5-2 ball game. And Whitey Ford has only allowed 1 hit since the point of weakness inning, so he's going to stay in there. Go as long as he can, and then they'll turn it over to little Louis Arroyo, their closer. All right, it's a 6-9 for Hahn. 6-9's a fly ball to left field B. So one away as Hahn is out of there. Felix Mian. Mian, a 3-7 against the lefty. Ground ball to shortstop, and Kubek will handle that. 2 down, Bud Harrelson, the batter. 2 outs, base is empty for Harrelson. 6-11. 6-11 is a fly ball right field X. That's Maris. And Roger Maris is a right fielder number 2. And that's a 16, so that is a good play by Roger Maris. And the inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Mets as right-handers are now coming up. So they'll go to their bullpen and look for a right-hander, a good right-hander if they can find one. And it looks like it's going to be Harry Parker. So Harry Parker will come in, not to be confused with Harry Potter. Harry Parker is in to pitch here in the bottom of the 8th to try to keep things right where they are. And I do believe Louis Arroyo will be coming in to pitch the 9th for the Yankees. So Whitey Ford's day is done. But first things first, it's Harry Parker. And he'll be facing Elston Howard, Clete Boyer, and Bobby Richardson, 3 right-handed hitters. So it's a 3-7 for Howard. That's a ground ball to short. So 1 away. And that will bring up Clete Boyer. That's a 2-6 for Boyer. 2-6 against a righty is a line out to third. Had a lot of hits here, but found his line out to third. And he had a rough day offensively. Good day defensively, but rough day offensively. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. And that'll bring up Bobby Richardson, second baseman. He's 2 for 4, a couple of singles, and scored a run. It's a 5-6 against Parker. That's a pop out to third. Wayne Garrett handles it easily. And nothing doing for the Yankees here in the 8th as Harry Parker pitches a perfect inning. And now little Louis Arroyo is in to try to save it. He has to face the heart of the order and protect a 5-2 lead. He's going to face Staub, Jones, and Garrett, numbers 3, 4, and 5. Grody will bat cleanup this inning if anybody gets on. Here's Staub. 6-6 Royo against a lefty. 6-6 is a strikeout. So Louis Arroyo comes in and strikes out Rusty Staub. Out number 1. Here's Cleon Jones. Cleon. It's a 4-8 against a righty. And that's going to be a walk. So he's going to walk Cleon Jones. And that doesn't make Ralph Houk very happy. Here's Wayne Garrett, the third baseman. And we'll see if they have anybody on the bench. Well, Wayne Garrett actually hit 256 with 16 homers. So they're going to leave him in there, lefty or no. It's a 211. A 211 is a single to right field, so it's a good call to leave him in there. Single to right field. Jones will stop at second. When you're down 3, you don't take chances on the base paths. Now the tying runs at the plate in Jerry Grody. So Jerry Grody, if he could put one out of here, it would be a tie ball game. It's a 2-7. 2-7 against the lefty. 2-7 is a ground ball pitcher B. So that's going to be a fielder's choice as Arroyo throws to second to get Garrett. It's a 1-4 put out for out number 2. Grody will be safe at first, and Jones will move to third. So runners at the corners with 2 outs. Tying run still at the plate in John Milner. So we'll see if Milner can do anything. On the season, Milner only hit 239, but he did have 23 home runs, and that's what they need as a homer. He's 1 for 3, a single, 2 strikeouts, but they need that homer. It's a 4-6 off of Arroyo. 4-6, they've got a chance at a single to keep the game going if he can roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Anything 6 or greater, and the game is over. It's a 6 right on the button. 6 right on the button. And with that 6, it's a ground ball to Skowron. He'll take it to the bag himself. And the Yankees survive round 1 with a hard-fought 5-2 victory over the crosstown rival Mets, who were not in existence in 1961. So they obviously weren't a rival back then, but still, you're talking New York and New York, so that can happen. And the Yankees will move on. They won't be able to use Whitey Ford for the next game because you got to at least have 1 day off. So it looks like Ralph Terry will be the pitcher for the next round for them. Ralph Terry, he was 16-3 on the 61 season. So Ralph Terry will get the start in the next round. So the Yankees survive by the final score of 5-2. That will do it from here. We'll go ahead and pin them in the little tournament bracket. And now the Houk bracket is complete. The Houk bracket is complete. The 61 Yankees, with that win, will now play the 82 Milwaukee Brewers. Another 32nd round matchup is 91 Atlanta against 89 San Francisco. We've got 0-1 Seattle against the 15 Mets. 92 Atlanta against 84 Detroit. Would be interesting if 91 Atlanta and 92 Atlanta managed to meet. In the Johnson bracket, the 86 Mets await the winner of the next game between the 93 Phillies and the 0-2 Giants. Right there. Then we have the 90 Oakland A's awaiting the winner of the 77 Yankees against the 88 Dodgers. That'll be Oral Hershiser going against Reggie Jackson and company. Then we have the Dodgers again, 77 variety, against the Moneyball Oakland A's, and the winner of that game will play the surprising 0-3 Florida Marlins, who upset the 55 Brooklyn Dodgers. And we already got the second round matchup here, 41 Brooklyn against 93 Toronto. On this side of the house, for the Sparky bracket, of course, the Giants upset the Reds in the first round, so the 14 Giants will be taking on the 86 Red Sox. The 73 Oakland A's will take on the Impossible Dream 67 Red Sox. The Cubs of 2016 beat the Padres of 84, and now they await the winner of the 04 Red Sox against 77 Phillies matchup. And then we have the 83 Orioles against the 41 Yankees to finish out that bracket. In the Weaver bracket, we have the 69 Orioles will be playing the 01 Yankees. The 2000 Mets will be playing the 01 Diamondbacks. The 89 A's will be playing the 79 Orioles. And the 91 Twins will be taking on the 04 St. Louis Cardinals. So in the first round, we've got 3 games remaining to finish it off. I'm sorry, 4 games. 4 games left. 4 games left out of 32. So I've got 28 down and 4 to go. And we will be finished with the first round. And hopefully second round action will begin, and I can get some of it in before the actual month of May starts, since this is May Madness after all. But hope you enjoyed that video or that ball game. Get to see some of the teams that maybe you haven't seen in a while. I don't know. 73 Mets don't get a whole lot of playing time. 61 Yankees certainly get a lot of attention, but either way, it is the Yankees advancing, and they got an interesting game against the 82 Brewers, Harvey Wallbangers. That should be an interesting offensive matchup to see how that plays out. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, and we will see everybody down the road.